Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. So we are from Lax2017 group 24, and we are from Lex Tell a Tale. So before we start, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Hazim bin Muhammad Aminuddin. My matrix number is 200650.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Farah Aida binti A. Zara Azwan. My metric number is 201132.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Ali Firdaus bin Azisham. My matrix number is 200575.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Syami bin Sohardin. My matrix number is 200266.
Okay, so as everyone is here today, we are going to make a discussion about our project, which is a video on Telltale. So today we are going to discuss a few, we are going to discuss about what genre and also what types of short stories that we will tell to kids in age of 5 until 7 years old. So do you guys have any suggestion on the short story?
I have a suggestion. The story that I have choose is Three Little Pigs. The story is about three little pigs named Penelope, Paul, and Peter who lives under an old house. One day, the ceiling of the house started to crack while they were sleeping. So each of them decided to build a new house for them to stay. So they made three new houses. Penelope built a new house made up of cards. Paul built a new house made up of cotton candy, while Peter built a house made up of bricks. After they have successfully built the three houses, there is a big wolf show up and blow down the first two houses. But when the wolves blew down the third houses, it won't fall off because the third house is too strong because the house made up of brick. So the wolf the wolf cannot successfully destroy the third house. So after the incident happened, the pigs find out some surprising information about the wolf and makes those little pigs to rethink their opinion about the wolf. So I think this story is amazing and interesting for kids in the age between 5 to 7 because there is a moral value. For example, we cannot bully someone because uh, someday the people that we bully will might help us back when we are in trouble. How about you, Alif?
I have a story, Little Red Riding Hood. Have you heard about it, Hazim? Okay, so the Little Red Riding Hood is a story about a little girl in the story called Little Red Riding Hood. So in the story, she was about to deliver some food to her sick grandmother, and while on her way, there was a antagonist named the Big Bad Wolf. So the Big Bad Wolf disguised as her grandmother, and then he was trying to eat the girl while keeping her grandmother in the closet. So the big when the Big Bad Wolf was about to eat the girl, the Little Red Riding Hood was smart enough to escape from the Big Bad Wolf and thus being safe and sound. So that is a basic summary of Little Red Riding Hood. How about you, Hazim Aminuddin?
I think that's a very good short stories, but can you please emphasize the moral values that we can get from the literary reading hood? Do you have any what is the moral values that you get from the literary reading hood?
Oh, I forgot to mention. So the moral of the story is that we should be always be aware of our surroundings and to not be naive enough to trust anyone uh based on their appearance, and that we should always think smart and analyze the situation beforehand. So
That's
that's
a
a
very
good, pretty good lesson for someone growing up.
yep.
How
I think
about
that's a
you?
very great point. That's a very great point of the literary reading hood because as we are in nowadays situation, we know that the environment and also the outside world is not that safe for kids. So from the short story, the kids can learn the moral values, which is trying to keep themselves safe from the strangers and etc. So as for me, I like to choose a short story entitled The Ugly Duckling. So I think that most of you have heard about The Ugly Duckling. Have you? Have you heard about it, Shami?
Yes, I have heard about it before. So, what's the
Mm-hmm.
story about? Can I know what's the story about?
Yep. I think that most of you have heard about this story, so I would like to recap a little bit about the story. So the Ugly Duckling is actually a story about a duck, a little duck that is very different from its sibling because of its feather. So actually, the Ugly Duckling feels very inconfident of itself because of its differences from the others. And one day, when it grew up, it turns out that that it is growing out to be a very beautiful and a very bright swan. So I think the moral value from this short story is that um, we cannot judge a person by their past because when they are growing up, maybe they can change into someone that is more, more vibrant and more better. So that's just a little short recap of the Ugly Duckling, and I think it's very suitable for the kids. And how about you, Shami? Do you have any suggestion?
Okay, for me, I would like to suggest one story. This story is Jack and the Beanstalk. So, for this story, it's about this boy named Jack, and he live with his mother, and then they own the cow business. Their family own the cow business, which they sell cows to the other people. So one day, Jack, his mother told him to send the cow to the town, but to sell it. But Jack's he not sell it, but he trade with the some magic beans. And one day, this magic beans, he throw it, and then it becomes the big tree that reach the sky. So what he did is he climbs to the tops, and he find the sleeping giant, and his home filled with the treasure. So for this story, I think it's a really great story for the kids because it's really adventurous story, and then it has a lot of valuable things that we can take from the story, which is we cannot just let our responsibilities just we have to do our responsible with our heart, and then we also have to uh, we would like to taking the advantage of the opportunity that life provides you. So I think this is a really great story for child. What's about what do you guys think about my story about the Jack and the Beanstalk? What do you guys think about?
I think you choose the great story, and it is suitable for kids in the age between 5 to 7. Same goes to Hazim and Alif. All of us choose a great story, but unfortunately we only need to choose two to make the video for the first video and the second video. So what do you guys think? Which story is better?
For me,
Uh,
hello.
mm,
For me, I think that
yes.
uh, the uh, the story that Farah choose is the suitable story that we can choose because it contains a lot of moral story in that story and in that story that the three little pigs. What do you guys think about?
I think that Hazim's story was a good one actually, because it emphasizes on the moral value which we should never judge someone by their appearances. Maybe when kids growing up, they have maybe not very cute features, but when they grow up, who knows whether they'll become a successful person, a talented person. So we should never judge someone by their past or by their appearance. So I think Hazim's story, The Ugly Duckling, is a good one. How about you guys?
Um, I think I like to stand with my choice, which is the ugly duckling. This is because I like to add one more value, which is um we have to be confident about ourselves. So we have to aware that ourselves is beautiful in whatever we are. So be confident. That is the point. That is the point that we have to teach to the students through the story of the ugly duckling. So one of my choice is the ugly duckling, and the other choice is um, um, Little Red Riding Hood by Alit. This is because the short story is very good because um, it has a lot of moral values, and also it also been adapted with a real life movie, which is quite interesting for me. And I think it's a very great story to be told to the children. And the character is also very good, which is the Red Riding Hood, which she is very brave and very smart to keep herself safe from the wolf. So I think that's a very great story. I think that could be the second short story that we can do. So how about you, Farah?
I agree with Alif. I think Azim's story is amazing and it is suitable because nowadays there are so many people who does not confident with themselves because of their appearance. But as we all know, we should love ourselves. So the ugly duckling is suitable not only for the adults, for the children to boost their confidence when they are grown up. So I think maybe we can choose the ugly duckling for our next video. So what about the other story?
I think for the first one, we should proceed with The Ugly Duckling. Do you have any opinion? Have any other suggestions or objections, Shami?
I think I don't have any objection So for now, we can conclude that for our first video is we like to choose the ugly duckling. And how about the second videos? Is it okay? Based on the majorities, I think that the Little Red Riding Hood will be the second story that we like to choose. Is it correct?
Yeah, I think our second story should be Little Red Riding Hood, because the storyline and the moral values are can relate to children's growing up nowadays, and a very practical story for children to know about.
Okay, so we can conclude that our first video, we will make a storyline about the ugly duckling. So for the second video, we choose the Red Riding Hood. Okay, so I think that's all for our first discussion. So when is our next discussion?
Maybe we can meet next week as usual on Thursday at 9 p.m. So for the next video, we can discuss about the production of the tail video, right?
Yeah. Next
Yes.
week we're gonna discuss on the job arrangements for everyone in this Lax group.
All right. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So, see you on the next meeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank
Okay, thank you
you. Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye.
Good evening everyone.